So our today's lecture is the revision of list programs, right? I start with the first program that came in the 2019 batch. The question is, a function is to be created with the name add even odd, which takes list as the parameter. You are to create the function with the name add even odd, and it takes list as the parameter. What this function will perform, this function will compute the sum of all even and odd elements in the list separately. We have to find sum of odd and even elements separately, right? In your list, there will be some elements. You are to find the sum of odd elements separately and sum of even elements separately. So I created this function. Def means define, add even odd, the name of the function. The list L has been passed as the parameter. I take one variable, sum even, assign it with 0. To find the sum of even values. Then I take one more variable, sum odd, in order to find the sum of odd values. Right? Now I start my for loop. For I in range, I find the length of the list. Starting from 0 till the length of list, the loop will run starting with 0 till the length of the list minus 1. Because in for loop, the lower limit is included, but the upper limit is minus 1. Right? Now, I will check whether the element is even or odd. How I will check? If my element, in order to denote the element, I will write L of I, because I have taken the for loop covering the range concept. So here I will access my element as L of I, right? So if my element is even, modulus 2 equal to 0, I will divide my element with 2 using modulus operator, and if the remainder is 0, it means the number is even. So I will find the sum of even elements. I have used the shorthand. I have used the shorthand over here. Right? Else, element is odd. So I will find the sum of odd element. And finally, I will print it. And sum of odd elements. Sum odd. This was my function. right? Now, in the main function, what I will do, I will create my list. I will create my list and I will call the function and I will pass my list as parameter. This is the main function. This is the main. This is the function block. This whole is the function block, but this area where I have drawn this bracket, this is the main function, right? And function has been called from the main function. I have passed my list as parameter to the function. This is actual parameter. This is formal parameter. The parameter passed while calling the function is actual parameter. The parameter that is passed at the time of defining or the definition of the function is called formal parameter. The name of actual and the formal can be same or cannot be the same, right? So this was the first question, right? Any doubts? Now moving to the second query. In the second question, what we are to do, we have been given the function name count many or count times. And I pass my list as the parameter. The question is, you have been given a list. You are to create a function with the name count times. This function shall find the occurrence of one particular element, that how many times that element has been repeated. How many times one particular element has been repeated in the list. Suppose I am looking for 11. In my given list, how many times the number or the element 11 is repeated? If it is 3 times, the answer should be 11 element is repeated 3 times. So what I will do, I will pass 2 parameters in my function. One parameter is the list. Second parameter is the element that you want to look for, whose occurrence you want to look for. I am considering that element as X. Clear? So here what I will do, I have taken the for loop. Let us take the variable first that will count the occurrence. I am taking y with the value 0. Whenever the element occurrence will be found, it will be increment by 1. For I in range length of the list, right? If list of I is equal to X, starting from 0th element till the last element, my for loop will continue to run. Each element will be compared with the desired element. Each element of the list will be compared with the desired element. Where the matching occurs, this variable will get increment. this variable will get increment. I am again using the short form over here. You can write like this also. I am using the short notation. You can write like this also. Right? So here I will print element. Let the element be X is repeated Y times. See the formatting that will come. Element, whatever the element is, let us say element is 11. Element 11 is repeated 3 times. I repeat once again, element X without double quotes will print the value is repeated. Y without double quotes, Y will be the value that will be incremented over here. The final value which will come after all the operations, then times. Now here I will define my function. Let us make the main segment where I will create the list. Right? Now here, take n and you first of all ask the user enter the desired element. Enter the desired element. Right? Now you call this function first pass the list, then pass this element. Now L and N are actual parameters. L and X are the formal parameters. The value of L will be copied to L over here. List L is copied to list L. The name of formal and the name of actual parameter remains the same. Now see here. The element which I am looking for is denoted by N here. This is the actual parameter, but in the formal parameter, I have changed the name to X. The value of N will be copied to the value X. Right? I told you in the last program, the name of actual and formal can be same or cannot be the same. Am I clear up till here? Online students, are these two programs thoroughly clear? Any doubt to any child? Online students, please. If everything is clear, raise your thumb, everybody. All right. Now let us proceed to the third question of the day. Yes, Sadhu, wait. Third question. Let us proceed to the third question of the day. The question is, you are to write a function 10 times. You are to write the function 10 times even and pass your list as parameter. What you are to do, you are to find and display the sum of 10 times of even values. You are to find and display the sum of 10 times of each even value. Means, first of all, you will check whether your element is even or odd. If element is even, make it 10 times. Then find the sum. Suppose element is 2. You will make it 10 times, it becomes 20. The second even element given is 8. Make it 10 times, it becomes 80. Now find the sum. 20 plus 80. It comes out to 100. This is the question. Right? So what we are to do here, I am taking one variable x and I am initializing it with 0. Start the for loop. Right? Check whether the element is even or odd. That you will modulus the element with 2. Modulus the element with 2. And if the remainder is 0, your element is even. Now you are to find the sum. X equal to x plus L of I multiply by 10. I have multiply my element 10 times. Right? And I am finding the sum. Whatever will be the sum, we will print here. Right? Clear? Now here, create your list. And call the function. Am I clear? Online students, am I clear? All right. Any doubts? Online students, any doubts? Offline students, any doubts? Let us proceed to the next question. Now the next question is, listen carefully. You are to create a function ending A. And a list is being passed as parameter. The name of list is names. Now what you are to do, you people have a list of strings. What actually the logic is, this is a string. This is a string. Rita, Aditya, Sunil, Rajat, Apurva. All the strings which are ending with A, all the strings whose last character is A, or I easily say which are ending with A, they should get print. That means your answer should be Rita, Aditya, and Apurva. These three strings should get print because these are the three strings which are ending with letter A, or whose last character is letter A. I hope the question is clear to you people. Online students, question is clear? Om, Gaganjot, Karthik, Garima, question is clear? All right. Let us start the logic. I am taking for loop for I in names. For I in names. Here I am not taking range function. When you are not taking the range function in for loop, this I means individual element, not the index of the element, the individual element. Right? Clear? Now, I create a list over here and I give the names this is my list. I have Rita, Aditya, Sunil, Rana, and Mahesh. These are my given strings in the list. Right? Now this I represents each string. What is the first string and which is the last? First is Rita. The last string will be Mahesh. Start your condition. If I find out the length of this I string minus 1 in square bracket. What is the length of Rita? RITA. The length of Rita string is 4. That means I 4 minus 1 is I 3. 4 is the length of string Rita. 4 minus 1 is the last position 0, 1, 2, 3. If string of third character, string third character of the string or the last character of the string is equal to A, you find out the length of each individual string minus 1. If length is 10, 10 means 0 to 9. If length of the string is 5, 5 means 0 to 4. If length is 5, it means 0 to 4. Last character of the string will have the index 4. If length of string is 10, it will be 0 to 9. The last character will have the index 9. This is what I have found here. Right? And with the help of square bracket, I am trying to access the last character of each individual string. Right? So if it is A, that very string should get print. That very string should get print, and here you can call the function. Am I clear? Wait. Now, the next question for the day. Now listen the question carefully. The question is, you are to create a function zero ending. You are to create a function zero ending. Right? Now, as per this function, what you are to do, you have been given a list. Let us suppose the list is 10, 12, 20, 30, 65, 56. You are to find the sum of those elements which are ending with 0. You are to find the sum of those elements which are ending with 0, whose last digit is 0. Right? So this is our logic. I am taking one variable sum and I am initializing it with 0. For I in range, I am finding the length of the string. One very important point I want to give a reminder to you people, offline and online students, while writing the program in the answer sheet, make sure about the indentation. Which lines are to be inside the block, which line is outside the block. The way to write program in Python must be taken care of. Right? So here, what I will do, I will modulus my each element of list with 10. Remember the program of palindrome, reverse of digit in +1. Whenever you use to modulus the element with 10, it always give last digit as remainder. It always give last digit as remainder. And if my last digit by this expression is equal to 0, whenever you modulus any element, any number with 10, the last digit comes as remainder. If my last digit that is coming from here is equivalent to 0, so what I will do, I will find the sum of those elements. And finally, I print the sum. Right? Here you can create your list. And you can call this function and pass your list as parameter. Pass your list as parameter. Am I clear? Am I totally clear? Any doubts, any queries in today's lecture? Offline students, any doubts? I hope all the 5 programs today discussed are thoroughly clear to each and every child.